Good job on the road, okay? Thanks. Good job on the road. These guys are okay. Very good job.
How are you, buddy?
All right, Mr. Mike? On the road or what?
Except for school tomorrow, it's going to be school.
Uh-oh. What do you think about that? You need anything, John? You all right? All right.
From the brand new Phillipsburg High School Gymnasium on the campus of Phillipsburg High School in Lopatcong Township, New Jersey, StatelinerSports.com proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, the Stateliners play host to Woodbridge High School in the North Jersey Section 2 Group 4 semifinals. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Jim Meglick, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg Woodbridge Wrestling is brought to you by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Russo Law Offices, 633 Belvedere Road in Phillipsburg. Proud to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RussoLawLLC.com. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By ERCO Community Federal Credit Union, with offices on Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and at 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at RE/MAX Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours by calling 908-283-4342. Stateliners come into the match with a record of 12-1. They advanced to the semifinals by beating Sayreville here at the gym on Monday night, 58-9. Phillipsburg is ranked number 5 according to the New Jersey Wrestling Writers Association. That's number 5 in the state, and also number 5 in the state according to NJ.com. Woodbridge comes into the match with a record of 16-7, and they advanced to tonight's semifinal with a 45-18 win over Scotch Plains and Scotch Plains Fanwood on Monday night at home. As a matter of fact, in all of the sectional events on Monday, the top 4 teams advanced all the way through in all 4 of the public school, or all of the public school brackets. The other advancers in the Group 4 tournament, in North 1, the advancers were Mendham, the top seed, West Morris, number 2, Roxbury, number 3, and Mount Olive, number 4. In the Central Jersey Group 4, the advancers top seeded Jackson, number 2 Brick Memorial, number 3 Northern Burlington, and number 4 Long Branch. And in South Jersey Group 4, as the Stateliners take the mat for their warm-up, in South Jersey, the winners were Kingsway, Hamilton, Cherry Hill West, and Clearview. All of the semifinals are being wrestled tonight, with the finals to be held on Friday night at the home of the higher-seeded team. So as I mentioned, the Barons come in with a record of 16-7. We're going to begin the match at 132 pounds tonight, where Woodbridge will have Gilbert Hilrosa, a freshman who is 0-8, against the Stateliners' Kyle Tino, a sophomore, 9-13. 138, senior Jack Quinn for Woodbridge. He is 21-10. Against Phillipsburg, junior Josh Ramos, 5-3. 145 for Woodbridge, either Harry Brand, a senior, 7-7, or senior Jacob Catalano, 7-12. And for Phillipsburg, either junior Brian Meyer, 23-7, or sophomore Jason Zinsmeister, 8-12. And at 152, either Meyer or Zinsmeister for Phillipsburg against Yahia Masad, a senior for Woodbridge. He is 4-0. 160, Marquand Payne of Woodbridge, a senior, 26-5. Against Phillipsburg junior Shamir Broaders, 5-11. 170, Zach Cottrell for Woodbridge, a senior, 24-4. Against either Austin Roth, a sophomore, 4-2, or senior Dan Fisher, 12-8. 182, either Roth or Fisher for Phillipsburg. Against senior Brian McLaughlin for Woodbridge, a state place winner a year ago. He is 30-1. 195, Nick Nyers for Woodbridge, a junior, 21-7. Against Phillipsburg senior Drew Horan, 26-4. 220, Vince Sakino for Woodbridge. He is a senior, 17-4. Against 2016 state runner-up Robert Melise of Phillipsburg, the senior is 23-2. 285, Alex Lagrippo, a senior, 27-4 for Woodbridge. He placed in the Beast to the East. He'll face Phillipsburg senior Justin Caraballo, who is 7-12. 106, Xavier Laraquete, a sophomore, 18-9 for Woodbridge. Against Phillipsburg junior Cullen Day, 23-5. 112, Jaden Catalano for Woodbridge, a sophomore, 10-12. Against Phillipsburg sophomore Travis Jones, 19-7. And in Woodbridge, they have been forfeiting 119 and 126 all season long. It'll be Tyrus Manley for the State Liners, a sophomore, 7-9. And at 126 will be sophomore Cody Harrison, 13-4. They had also been forfeiting 132, and Gilbert Hill Rosa has just made it down there for the first time tonight, and he will open the match for Woodbridge at 132. State Liners are completing their warm-ups, huddling with the team right in the center of the mat. Good student section here tonight, and a decent crowd on the home stands. A little sparse on the visitor stands tonight. We're awaiting public address announcer Ed Mancinelli, who will introduce the starting wrestlers to the crowd. And then singing our national anthem tonight will be Phillipsburg High School student Ashley Rajan. As I mentioned, the State Liners wrestled number 5 in both statewide polls. And the top 4, according to the wrestling writers, Bergen Catholic, Del Barton, South Plainfield, and Cranford. And according to NJ.com, it is Bergen Catholic, Del Barton, then South Plainfield, and Cranford. Ashley Rajan to sing our national anthem. Our national anthem from the Phillipsburg High School gym. And as Ed Mancinelli goes through the starters, Jim, this is another case for, I think, for Woodbridge, and talking with head coach Mike Carbone before the match, where the Barons' best wrestlers, in large part, are going up against Phillipsburg's best wrestlers. and the Stateliners are going to be favored in those bouts.
Yeah, it's always about matchups, and that's what you kind of lean towards who's going to be favored in a match. And the Stateliners are going to be favored tonight, and they would be favored without the forfeits, and the 2 forfeits only would add to the difficulty for the Barons of Woodbridge. But we'll see what happens when we get up to the upper weights. We're going to start at 132, but when we get up around the 7th and 8th bouts, we're going to start seeing if maybe Woodbridge would bump up Brian McLaughlin, the state place winner. Maybe they'll put him up against Drew Horan, which would put Nick Myers then up against Robert Melise. Again, 2 of their better wrestlers, and a tough task then to go up, give weight up to the Stateliners and face 2 of the Stateliners' more quality kids on the program this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think if they did that, I think they would probably be bumping Nyers out of the lineup and stay with Zecchino at 220 against Robert Melise. And Coach Carbone described him as a totally different wrestler from Robert Melise, more of a Hulk brawler type as opposed to the sometimes the finesse and the quickness of Robert Melise.
Right, and they also have then their heavyweight. I mean, if they're sure not going to bump anyone up to go up to heavyweight when they've got Alex LaGrippo up there, a senior 27-4. And I can't see the Stateliners moving up neither to do that. I think Melise and Horn will stay right where they're at tonight and see what happens. And if Phillipsburg can prevail here tonight, they'll get the winner of Middletown North and North Hunterdon, who are wrestling right now as we speak.
And if we manage to get a final score on that one, we will pass that along. The Stateliners being the higher-seeded team, should they prevail, they'll host the winner of North Hunterdon and Middlesex North on Friday night. And our broadcast time, again, approximately 6:50 here from the Phillipsburg High School gym.
We got 2 referees for tonight's sectional semifinal. We got Zach Papa and Carlos Latorre. And talked to them before the match. They're going to come over to StatelinerSports.com's table and let us know who won the flip, who's going to choose odd and even. And we're going to get this match started real shortly as they're just about done with the wrestler introductions.
Yeah, we're up to 285 with Alex LaGrippo and Phillipsburg's Justin Caraballo. Caraballo losing only 1-0 to a state-ranked wrestler from Sayreville on Monday night. And with the impending snow, we've already been told that all the sporting events here at Phillipsburg are postponed tomorrow already. Boys basketball with Delaware Valley being postponed until Tuesday here at Phillipsburg High School. So the coaches and the captains exchanging handshakes at the center of the mat as referee Zach Papa giving the instructions to both sides. The flip won by Woodbridge.
Yeah, you mentioned Justin Caraballo the other night. He got beat by Michael Porcaro of Sayreville 1-0.
Okay, Woodbridge will be home in the even bouts. So we'll go to 132, Gilbert Hilrosa against Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino. Tino, a sophomore, 9-13. Hilrosa, a freshman, 0-8. The referees, Zach Papa. Tino right in on a double. Behind him, hand and a wrist, gets the takedown, and Tino leads 2-0, and they're off the mat in front of the Woodbridge bench.
Tino with that takedown in the first 7 seconds off the mat. Minute 50 to go.
Dave Post, Stateliner head coach, has already shed the sport coat 7 seconds in. Tino running a half Nelson from the left side. Weight up high in the back. Rosa trying to sit and spin. Tino maintaining control. Going to pick up on the right ankle and try and flatten him out in front of the scorer's table across the way. Tino has control with the left wrist. They're off the mat at a minute 21 in the first. Gilbert Hilrosa weighs 132.8. Kyle Tino at 133.6. Tino with a thigh pry. Keeps his weight high on the back of Hilrosa. Running the half from the left side. Up on his toes to drive that half. At the edge, and are off the mat, and Hilsosa will get a fresh start here with 55 seconds to go in the first, and Tino leading 2-0.
You were right, Mike. Phillipsburg student section. Nice crowd here tonight for the students. I'm sure it'll even get more packed on Friday night should Phillipsburg prevail here.
Tino picks up on the right ankle, breaks down Hilsosa. Again with the thigh pry, and a half Nelson from the left side. And Hilsosa comes out, has an escape with 37 seconds to go. We're 2-1 in the first. Hilsosa pushing into Tino, takes him off the mat at 31 seconds. Working takedowns again, where Tino got one very early. Barrel roll attempted by Hilsosa's blocked off, and Tino shrugs him for a takedown and leads 4-1. Again, flattens him out, takes the left wrist, wants to bar the left arm. Takes the right wrist with 15 seconds to go. Driving the bar, referee Papa looking in at that elbow, trying to step across with the bar. Tino's going to run out of time. After one, the State Liner sophomore is ahead 4-1.
Good opening period for Tino. 2 takedowns and a 4-1 lead. And as you heard, we're starting at 132 here tonight in the sectional semifinal.
Tino takes underneath to start the second, finishing 8th in the Hurricane tournament this December and 8th in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. Tries to sit out. Hilsosa picks up on that left ankle. Tino stands, pries the hands apart, and they are off with Hilsosa still in control, 12 seconds into the second. Tino's ready. Hilsosa, right hand tight waist. Tino stands, arches his back at the edge, and he'll go back to the center with 1:40 to go in the second. State Liners in their garnet singlets, gray and white trim. The Barons predominantly black and red. W on the back. Tino comes out, has the escape, it's 5-1. P in the middle of the chest of the State Liner singlets tonight. In on the right leg to a double and has a takedown, and Tino leads 7-1. Again, bars the left arm, takes the right wrist up on his toes to drive the bar. Has some back points coming, a 2 count, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points coming for Kyle Tino. There's an escape. So on the back points, it's 10-1, and then the neutral makes it 10-2 in favor of Tino. Tino is in on the left leg. Picks that leg up by the ankle, goes to a double at the edge, has a takedown with 46 seconds to go in the second, and he leads it 12-2.
Kyle Tino has showed that he's able to get in on a single leg with ease, changes over to a double sometimes, and he's got 4 takedowns with 45 seconds to go in the second. He leads 12-1.
Gives up an escape. Now it's 12-3. Tino trying to work a shrug. Now gets in on the leg double at the edge and has another takedown as they go off. He leads it 14-3. Tino has 5 takedowns, 3 back points, and an escape. He will give an escape. It's 14-4. In on the right leg to that double again and another takedown. Tino leads 16-4. Has the right arm barred and has him on his back. Tino gonna try, got a 2 count, trying to get more weight as he picks up on the arm, pulls it across the body, and the fall for Kyle Tino in 3:51. And Phillipsburg jumps out in front of Woodbridge 6-0. 138, it'll be Josh Ramos for the Stateliners, a junior 5-3. Should be senior Jack Quinn, 21-10 for Woodbridge. Ramos and Quinn at 138. Ramos breaking into the lineup after being out with a shoulder injury. Wrestlers fight for hand control. Power shrug attempted by Ramos, blocked off by Quinn. Quinn reaches for the left leg, can't pull that in. Quinn's in on the right leg behind the knee, picks up that right leg. And are off the mat, says referee Carlos Lattori. Neutral with 1:25 to go in the first. And we have some blood time for Jack Quinn. See Urco Community Federal Credit Union to help consolidate your bills, spruce up the house, or take that well-deserved vacation. Low-cost personal loans are available up to $15,000 with pickup in as little as 24 hours. Apply online at urcocu.com or call 908-859-1811, extension 204. Stop by the Phillipsburg or Easton offices or visit www.urcocu.com and see what a difference Urco Credit Union can make. Federally insured by NCUA. Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Bryda out to work on the blood coming from Jack Quinn. 42 seconds of blood time used. A little mat cleanup.
It's one thing we haven't been used to this year. There's been not a lot of blood time in the new gym.
Back to the action. Ramos is down on one knee. Goes to a tie-up. Pressures on the head, looks for a bear hug. Quinn blocking off with his left arm. Ramos looking for a knee tap, couldn't finish that. There's a lateral drop attempted by Quinn, and Ramos tries to hip up and over him. There's no advantage in 1:01.
And I was about to say, when Ramos went in on the upper body part, Quinn actually looked like he was going to hit a lateral drop before that, and then he did hit it on the end. I was going to say that when we got our first break in, as he hit it going off the mat, and we're 55 seconds to go in a scoreless first period.
I always think that makes wrestler a little more cautious when he's able to avoid a lateral drop situation like that. Right in front of our StatelinerSports.com microphones are off the mat at 40 seconds to go in a scoreless first as Quinn looks back at head coach Mike Carbone in his 7th year here at Woodbridge for some instructions. Down to 30 seconds here in the first. Ramos gets Quinn down to his knees. Ramos up on his left foot and right knee, trying to set up a shrug if he can. With under 15 seconds to go here in the first, tries a butt drag and almost finished that takedown as they're off with 8.4 seconds to go. So the lateral drop from Quinn and almost a takedown by Ramos. Both get close. Neither gets one, and we have a scoreless first period at 1:38. Stateliners lead the match 6-0. Quinn will be underneath to start the second. Jack Quinn, second last year in District 19, finishing 4th in the Greater Middlesex Conference Tournament. A roll by Quinn. trying to block off Ramos, come out and face him. Ramos spinning around behind, maintains control when they're off the mat right in front of us. 12 seconds into the second.
Good hip action right there from Josh Ramos as Jack Quinn gave the forward roll. He went right with him, tried to stack him up, wasn't able to do so. Quinn came out to face him, but Ramos got behind to stay in control.
Quinn stands. Ramos will take him off at a minute 43. Quinn 28-10 last year when he was a District 19 runner-up. Woodbridge now in District 14. They will still host it. Quinn stands. Ramos gets him down to his knees. Quinn stands again. Ramos takes him off. Minute 35 to go in the second. So Quinn hasn't been able to get out. Ramos hasn't been able to break him down. Quinn's ready. Ramos tries to pick up on the right ankle on the whistle, goes to the tackle, now looks to control the left arm. Quinn stands. Ramos trying to pick him up through the crotch. They go off the mat at a minute 25. Quinn gets ready. Ramos, left hand tight waist. Quinn stands right away. Ramos picks him up, drops him down. Gonna ride out the right side. Quinn stands again, and he's out. Minute 16 to go in the second, and Jack Quinn, Woodbridge Senior, has a 1-0 lead over Phillipsburg Junior, Josh Ramos. Off the mat they go in front of the scorer's table to minute 2 in the second. Power shrug attempted by Ramos, fought off by Quinn. Again, Ramos wants to lock up with him up high. Quinn's head caught beneath the chest of Ramos at the edge of the mat, gets him down to one knee. Trying to underhook the left shoulder. Quinn tried to throw Ramos on by. Ramos fights that off. They're at the edge of the mat and are off at 27 seconds.
Nice wizard right there by Ramos fighting off that takedown. This is one that Woodbridge wanted to have when we talked to Mike Carbone. He wanted 138 and then one of 145 or 152, 160, 170, 182, and then one of the last three, either 95, 220, or 285, wherever Horn or Melise were not going to be. He wanted to get one there, and then he needed to steal one somewhere to make this thing interesting.
Ramos tried to get in, or Quinn tried to get in on a double, and he will run out of time after 2. Quinn with a 1-0 lead over Ramos. Ramos will be underneath in the third. 6-0 Phillipsburg. We're at 138, or the second of 14. Ramos is ready. Quinn right hand tight waist left elbow. Ramos comes out to face him in 4 seconds, and the bout's tied at 1. So we're working takedowns here where no one has been successful through 2 periods. Again, Ramos wanted that power shrug. Head caught beneath the chin. Ramos trying to keep that head below him. There's a throw by Ramos. He misses it. And then Quinn has near a takedown. Ramos trying to block him off with his left arm. Ramos hanging on, and Quinn has the takedown with a minute 21 to go. Quinn with the takedown leads 3-1 as Ramos could not finish the throw. Quinn countered for the takedown right in front of us here. Just under a minute 10 to go in the bout, and they're off the mat at a minute 6.
Yeah, the good thing about that was Josh Ramos got away without giving up any back points. He was on his back for a second, and so now he's got a minute 6 to go to work to get out and then work for that winning takedown.
Ramos is set. Quinn picks up on the right ankle on the whistle. The edge of the mat across the way. Tries to circle Ramos back in. They're off at just under a minute. Quinn with an escape in the second and a takedown here in the third for a 3-1 lead over Phillipsburg's Josh Ramos. Picks up on the right ankle. Ramos trying to pick that right hand now from his right knee. Ramos up to his knees. Quinn controlling the left wrist. Trying to tilt Ramos to his left. 40 seconds to go in the bout. Ramos sits, they're off the mat. 36 and a half seconds remaining.
See if Josh Ramos can get a good start right here. He was able to escape in the first 4 seconds to start this third period, but right now Jack Quinn's been in control since he's gotten on top with that takedown.
Picks up on that right ankle again. Maintains control of Ramos with under 30 seconds to go in the bout. Ramos to his knees. Quinn picks up on that ankle. Will take him off across the way at 19 seconds. So Quinn with an effective ride. Hasn't come close to turning him, but an effective ride since getting that takedown. Ramos is ready. Quinn grabs that right ankle again. Ramos trying to pick that from his right knee. Broken down with 15 seconds to wrestle. Final 5. Jack Quinn is going to get Woodbridge on the board. A 3-1 decision over Phillipsburg's Josh Ramos. We are through 2. It's Phillipsburg 6 and Woodbridge 3. Now Phillipsburg has to be out first at 145. Well, Woodbridge has presented. It's going to be Brian Meyer for Phillipsburg. Meyer's a junior, 23-7. See, Harry Brand, a senior, 7-7 for the Barons. Meyer's going to be a heavy favorite here. Quickly in on the left leg. Tries to trip in a high crotch. Picks that left leg up behind the knee. Goes to a double. Brand fights that off. Meyer with a hand and wrist behind the right knee. Meyer still has that leg. Brand looking for a spladle. And they come up, no advantage. 30 seconds in. Meyer adjusts his headgear. Meyer taps at the head of Brand. Dives in on the left leg to a double. Meyer's got a takedown and has Brand on his back. Brand's going to be able to belly down, but that is a 4-point play for Brian Meyer. And the Stateliner Jr. is out in front 4-0. Brand sits. Meyer barring the left arm. Reaching for the right wrist. Trying to drive the bar. Has Brand on his knees. Now he flattens him out and reaches for that right wrist. Brand now takes the right wrist, steps across with the bar, has Brand on his back. Brand trying to bridge as referee Zach Papa looks in. 30 seconds to wrestle. Meyer trying to get more, I believe, on the left shoulder. Now he switches to get more weight on the right shoulder. Brand trying to bridge. Meyer picks up on his head. Brand to his knees. That'll be 3 back points for Meyer. He leads 7-0. Final 5 seconds here of the first. Brand did a good job to avoid the fall there on that bar.
Yeah, I was going to say, great job bridging right there by Harry Brand of Woodbridge.
Meyer's going to go underneath to start the second, ahead 7-0. Brian Meyer, 76-31 in his career. Brand picks up on the left ankle. Meyer pushes him. Brand maintains control. Meyer stands. Brand's trying to get the legs in. Flattens out Meyer. Trying to work a power half and turn Meyer to his right. Meyer up to his toes, trying to shake Brand up the top. Takes the right wrist, trying to come out that back door. Trying to kick that leg free. Again, Brand's up pretty high. Now Meyer's around the head, trying to pull him over. Brand still in control. Meyer again up on his feet, trying to take him over top. Now Meyer's in on a double. Meyer is near a reversal, gets the reversal, and Meyer leads 9-0. Bars the left arm. Takes the right wrist. Now Meyer grabs the wrist again. Has the left arm barred. Reaches in for the right wrist. Trying to drive him with the bar. Brand trying to look away to avoid being turned. Meyer up on his toes, driving it. 25 seconds to go. Okay, Brand's put up a pretty good fight against that bar. Meyer has the wrist again. Up on his toes, circling in the bar. Brand again fights it off.
Yeah, Brand's doing a great job with his hips, keeping him away from Myers, not being able to be turned here, and we're down to the final 3.
It'll be 9-0 Meyer after 2. Brand chooses neutral in the 3rd. Meyer pushes at the head. Meyer dives in on the left leg and has a wrist. Has a takedown. Meyer leads 11-0, and he's got some back points coming. Cups him under the chin. There's a 1 count, 2 count. So it'll be 13-0. Brand bellies down, back points 13-0 Meyer. Wants to try and turn him one more time here to get a technical fall. Reaches for the right wrist, has the left arm barred. Up on his toes, trying to drive the bar. Meyer puts his weight on top of him, got the bar and a half. Trying to turn him to his right. Back points, 2 count. So if he doesn't stick him, this will be a technical fall. Referee Papa's looking in. Body press on the right shoulder. Brand trying to bridge out of it. Meyer picking up on the head. More weight on the right shoulder. 40 seconds to go in the bout. Meyer going to try and step across. Brand trying to belly down. He does. And it'll be a technical fall. 16-0 for Brian Meyer in 5 minutes and 30 seconds. So we are through 3. It is Phillipsburg 11 and Woodbridge 3.
Well, Brian Meyer was very effective there at 145 against Harry Brand, but Harry Brand was also very effective avoiding the fall, giving up a tech fall and not a fall. So State Liners are out in front, 11-3 after 3 bouts as we go to 152.
And this should be Yahia Mossad at 152. And Phillipsburg's Jason Zinsmeister. He's a sophomore, 8-12. Mossad is a senior, 4-0. Mossad weighs 151.8. And Zinsmeister at 141.3. Zinsmeister got in on a double. Has to come up the body, get control, has the takedown. Zinsmeister leads 2-0. Zinsmeister will go to sink those legs in a power half. Trying to turn him to his left. Has him on his back, and Mossad rolled on through. Now Zinsmeister sticking him. Body press way out in front of him. Trying to get more weight on the left shoulder, picking up on the head. Now he's going to try to circle back to get more weight. Lost control, but he'll get the 3 back points, and Zinsmeister's ahead 5-0. Going to try to work a power half. This is one that Coach Carbone said Woodbridge had to have if they were going to make things interesting here tonight. Zinsmeister trying to set up a power half. Checks him back. Referee Latore looking, got a 1 count, that's all. Zinsmeister keeps the left leg in, now turns him over again. And a body press is fall for Corey Zinsmeister. In a minute 31, we are through 4. It is Phillipsburg 17 and Woodbridge 3.
Jason Zinsmeister right there, when he flipped them over, he got the double grapevine in, exposed both shoulders, and the fall came. Minute 31, the Stateliners out in front, 17-3.
Shamir Broders for Phillipsburg. Broders is a junior, 5-11, against senior Marquand Payne, who is 26-5 for the Barons. Broders and Payne tie up, break apart. Broders with a hand around the neck. Now Payne getting in on Broders' left leg and has a takedown. Payne on top 2-0.
We talked to a lot of people before this match about who Phillipsburg would face if they won here tonight on Friday, and they all thought that Middletown North and North Hunterdon was going to be a very close match. Well, that's all over, Mike. Middletown North defeated North Hunterdon 53-17. So they're going to be coming to the Phillipsburg Gymnasium on fire after that. That's a big win for Middletown North.
That's snowballed.
Yes.
Payne riding Broders. 45 seconds gone in the first. Stateliners on top 17-3. Phillipsburg has 2 falls and a technical fall. Woodbridge has 1 decision through the first 4. Payne riding out the right side on Broders. Loses control of Broders' right wrist. At the edge of the mat across the way. Broders gets off. He'll get a fresh start with 32 seconds to go here in the first. Payne weighs 160.1. Broders 161.5. There's a caution on Payne. Broders trying to get to his feet. Kane maintaining control with a thigh pry. Now Broders sits, tries to turn in. Payne stays with him. Under 20 seconds to go here in the first. Payne riding out the right side. Broders trying to get hand control. Down to the final 5 seconds here of the first. And Marquand Payne of Woodbridge with a 2-0 lead over Phillipsburg's Shamir Broders after 1. Broders' choice, he will go underneath to start the second. And Payne will give Broders an escape. So we're at 2-1. Payne thought about a high crotch. Dives in, Broders sprawls. Broders tried to reach around for a left leg, can't pull it in. Payne dives in a double. Wrestlers tie up right in front of the Barons bench. Stalling warning on Broders for backing off. First warning in the bout. Payne with half a shot. Broders then tried to spin around behind. Broders tried to get in on a leg, can't get it. Payne tries to throw Broders, and then he's in on the right leg. And Broaders has to belly down, give up the takedown. Payne leads 4-1 here in the second. Payne was able to ride Broaders effectively in the first, but could not turn him. Working on Broaders' right wrist. Trying to work a lever. Trying to bar the right arm. And Broaders able to limp arm out of that. Under 30 seconds to go here in the second.
Strong tight waist by Payne right here on Broaders as he pulls the wrist through the crotch.
That's stalling on top on Payne, so it's a warning apiece. Broaders will get a fresh start with 17.2 seconds to go in the second. Broaders is ready. Payne, left hand tight waist, right elbow. Reaching for a cradle. Gives up on that behind the right knee of Broaders. Final 5 seconds here of the second. Here's a hazard tilt. 1 count, 2. 2 back points for Payne on a hazard tilt. And he leads Broaders 6-1 after 2. Payne will go underneath in the third. Stands right away. And he's out in 3 seconds. Payne with the escape. Leads Broaders 7-1. Trying to get in on Broaders' right leg. Broaders sprawls. Off they go right in front of us. Payne's been very aggressive.
He has, and Broaders needs to watch. He's been warned for stalling. Both wrestlers have, but right now Broaders has to watch the backing up. But Payne has gone after shrugs and doubles and singles. Now he's got an ankle pick for a takedown.
And leads 9-1. Reaching for the right wrist. Weight high on the back of Shamir Broaders. Riding out the left side. Referee Papa looking in. Controlling the right wrist of Broaders. The barring, trying to reinforce the bar in the right arm. Up on his toes to try and drive it. Broaders is spinning around with him. Not able to turn Broaders with 50 seconds to go in this one.
And he broke the bar.
Still has that strong left hand tight waist. And reaching for the, now he bars the right arm again. Then tries to, up on his toes, trying to drive it. Stopped potentially dangerous by referee Papa with 30 seconds to go. Payne with a 9-1 lead.
Coach Post wants Broaders to get out here and save a point. Right now, Payne has a 9-1 major with 30 seconds to go.
Left hand tight waist, right elbow. Hazard tilt. 1 count. 2, 3, 4, 5. Payne's got 3 back points coming. 3 back points awarded. That makes it 12-1. Trying to pull the right wrist through the crotch and turn him one more time. Got out in front. Can't turn him. It'll be a 12-1 major decision for Marquand Payne of Woodbridge. We are through 5. It's Phillipsburg 17 and Woodbridge 7. .170, this will be Zach Cottrell for Woodbridge. He is a senior, 24-4. Austin Roth for Phillipsburg, a sophomore, 4-12. Cottrell and Roth here at 170. Roth tries to sweep Cottrell's right leg, can't pull it in. Cottrell weighs 171.7, and Austin Roth at 170.8. So 30 seconds, no advantage here at 170.
Looking for common opponents so far tonight with Sayreville. Woodbridge defeated Sayreville 48-21. Phillipsburg, as you mentioned, 58-9 the other night, but so far no common opponents for the wrestlers so far as we are in the 6th bout of 14.
State Liners with a 17-7 lead. Roth tried to get in on the right leg. They're off the mat. No advantage. A minute 10 to go here in the first. Cottrell pushing in on Roth, looking for a bear hug, or maybe trying to set up a lateral drop, but they're off the mat at 52 seconds.
Referee for this one is Carlos Latore.
Still no advantage here. Neither wrestler close to a takedown with 40 seconds to go here in the first. Down to 30. Wrestlers break apart. Roth taps at the mat. Half a shot at the left leg. Looking for a throw is Cottrell, and they're off the mat neutral. 20 seconds to go in the first.
Roth was able to get in on the double, came up the body of Cottrell, and I thought Cottrell was going to try a lateral drop right there, but they went off the mat right into the Woodbridge bench as we're down to the final 15 of a scoreless first period.
Roth trying to work a Russian tie at the edge of the mat. First period will end scoreless here at 170. Zach Cottrell of Woodbridge and Austin Roth of Phillipsburg. Coach Carbone just very kindly handed us that other score. So it's going to be Middletown North to face the winner of this one. Jim reported Middletown North beating North Hunter tonight 53-17. Cottrell underneath to start the second. Roth trying to break him down. Cottrell reaching around for Roth's left leg. Roth cross faces him.
Roth has a cradle now.
Out the left side, a little high with it. Now he's trying to get out the right side. I lost the cradle. Trying to get the left leg in. Weight up high on Cottrell. Roth's up a little high. Cottrell has Roth's left leg, picks that leg up. He has a reversal. Off the mat with Roth trailing Cottrell 2-0. Roth will get set, hands and knees. Now Cottrell, right hand tight waist. Just under a minute to wrestle here in the second. Zach Cottrell of Woodbridge leading Phillipsburg's Austin Roth here at 170 pounds, 2-0. Cottrell controlling the left wrist. Trying to flatten out Roth. Roth to his knees. Frees the left wrist. Cottrell riding out the right side. Working a thigh pry. Now it's a half Nelson from the right side. Gives up on that. Runs to half Nelson from the right side again as Roth tries to stand. Cottrell brings him back down. Under 10 seconds to go here in the second. Trying to turn him with a half. Got some back points coming. Got a 2 count. with a half Nelson and potentially dangerous on the left or the right arm with 0.3 of a second to go in the second. Cottrell with 2 back points and leads Roth 4-0. 4-0 Cottrell after 2. Roth chooses neutral in the third. Wrestlers tie up right in the center. Go right off the mat. 8 seconds in.
Good second period for Zach Cottrell of Woodbridge. Got a reversal and 2 back points. Leads 4-0. That was after a scoreless first period, and they start neutral here in the third.
Cottrell finishing third in District 19 last year and a Greater Middlesex champion this year. 28-9 a year ago. Front head and arm by Cottrell. Roth trying to block him off with his right arm. Spins around and takes down Roth and leads 6-0. Pressure on the head. Flattens him out. Cross faces him. Roth comes off the mat here with 1:01 to go in the bout. He's going to cut him. That'll make it 6-1. Working takedowns again. Power shrug attempted by Cottrell. Roth fought that off. Cottrell reaches inside for the left leg, can't pull it in. Roth wants a bear hug. They're off the mat at 47 seconds. 6-1 lead for Zach Cottrell of Woodbridge here. We're in the 6th of 14. Phillipsburg leading the match 17-7. And Woodbridge with 2 forfeits to come. Cottrell looking for a cement job with under 30 seconds to go. Got Roth down to his knees, pressures, trying to low leg cradle him. Roth blocks him off with his left arm. Cottrell still spinning, Roth still blocking with his left arm. Roth still has him blocked off with the left arm. With under 10 seconds to go. Cottrell tries to flatten him out, spin around behind. Roth still blocking him off with his left arm. And will fight him off. That is a 6-1 final for Zach Cottrell of Woodbridge. We are through 6. It's Phillipsburg 17 and Woodbridge 10.
That was a good effort right there by Austin Roth, just giving up a decision right there. And we talked earlier that Coach Carbone wanted one of 145 and 152, and he lost both of those. That's big for the Stateliners. They got a fall and a technical fall at those 2 weights as we now go to the 182-pound class, the 7th of 14.
Dan Fisher for Phillipsburg. Ryan McLaughlin for Woodbridge, a senior 30-1. Dan Fisher's a senior 12-8. McLaughlin has a takedown. A state place winner a year ago and a beast place winner. He leads 2-0. Left hand tight waist. McLaughlin weighs 180. And Dan Fisher, the Stateliners, 171-2. McLaughlin trying to bar the right arm. 30 seconds gone here in the first. Fisher stands. McLaughlin brings him back down, still controlling that right arm. Gives up on that. Near the edge of the mat in front of the scorer's table across the way. Now wants to run a half Nelson from the right side on Fisher. 1 minute to go here in the first. McLaughlin with a half from the right, takes the left wrist. Loses the wrist. Off the mat, says referee Zach Papa, with 48 seconds to go in the first.
Brian McLaughlin going to Drexel when he completes this year. After Atlantic City, he'll be heading to Drexel for his college career.
He's ranked 3rd in the state at 170. Coach Carbone does it. There's a tilt. Had Fisher, I don't think he got a 2 count. Yes, he did. 2 back points. McLaughlin leads Fisher 4-0. 25 seconds to go here in the second. McLaughlin sneaks a look up the clock behind our left shoulder. Reaches inside for the right wrist. Fisher takes a look at the clock. Final 10 seconds of the first. And Brian McLaughlin will have a 4-0 lead after 1. District 19, Region 5 champion a year ago, finished 4th in the state, 3rd in the Beast, and a Greater Middlesex champion. 42-5 last year. He'll be underneath to start the second. Fisher will cut him in 4 seconds. And McLaughlin has a 5-0 lead. He's in on Fisher's right leg, pulls that through. McLaughlin has a takedown, leads 7-0. McLaughlin gonna cut him off the mat and on the escape. It's 7-1. McLaughlin.
Well put together, 170-pound wrestler right here.
Snaps down. Fisher spins around behind for a takedown to go up 9-1. He wanted to cut him and spin around behind, but a little too quick. Pressure's on the right elbow. Looks up at the clock again behind us. Keeps his weight high in the back of Fisher. Now, stalling is called on Fisher. First warning. Trying to bar. He's got the right arm barred. And takes Fisher over to his back in a body press by McLaughlin. Referee Papa looks in and calls the fall in 3 minutes and 18 seconds. We are halfway through. It is Phillipsburg 17 and Woodbridge 16.
I mentioned Brian McLaughlin was a well put together 170-pounder. He actually weighed in at 182 tonight. Actual weight was 180, but we expect to see him going at 170 postseason.
Drew Horn and Nick Nyers at 195. Horn of Phillipsburg, a senior, 26-4. Nyers is a junior, 21-7. Nyers weighs 192.1 and Horn 193.1. Ten seconds gone, no advantage here at 195. Drew Horan ranked 5th in this weight class in the state, according to NJ.com. Go off the mat, no advantage, 29 seconds in.
We're halfway through, and as you said, Mike, it's 17-16 Phillipsburg, and takedown category, Phillipsburg leads 9-8.
They go off the mat. I think of the only at 285 would Woodbridge be favored the rest of the way in, and they are going to forfeit to Phillipsburg at 119 and 126. Wrestled 45 seconds, no advantage here at 195. Horan has been the aggressor. They're off the mat in front of us in 1:07. Horan fakes a shot right on the whistle. Power shrug attempted by Horan, can't finish it. Horan wearing pads on both knees tonight. Dives in and a leg. Stalling is called by referee Carlos Lattori on Nick Nyers. First warning. There's a shot by Nyers, countered by Horan, and Horan has a takedown, leads 2-0. Nyers to his knees. Horan underhooks. Locked hands is going to be called on Drew Horan by referee Lattori. And there's the call. Referee Lattori telling Coach Dave Post. So it's 2-1 with Nyers still underneath. 24 seconds to go in the first. Horan takes him off and they're back to the center. Just under 20 seconds to wrestle here in the first. For the North Jersey Section 2, Group 4 semifinals. The winner takes on Middletown North on Friday night. Horan keeping his weight on the back of Nyers with 5 seconds to go here in the first. And Horan will have a 2-1 lead after 1. Nyers' choice. He's going underneath to start the second. Through the first 7, Phillipsburg has 2 falls and a technical fall. Woodbridge has a fall, a major, and 2 regular decisions. Horan reaching for the right wrist. Wants to bar the right arm, gives up on that. Underhooks the right shoulder. Trying to, now he wants to bar the right arm. Horan's been in control of this, but hasn't been able to turn Nyers, who's up on his knees. Horan takes him off with 1:16 to wrestle in the second.
And Drew got the only takedown so far of this bout, and that was on a shot by Meyer that Drew countered in the first period.
And Horan is going to cut him. That'll tie the bout at 2. Nyers trying to snap Horan. Horan power shrugs him, dives at a double, and finishes it with 1 minute to go in the second. Horan's on top 4-2. See if he cuts him. He's gonna. 4-3, working takedowns again. Horan has a pair. Horan working for that inside tie. Dives in, off the mat, 46 seconds to go in the second. Drew Horan, a defending District 1 champ, 4th in the reason, ankle pick and a takedown right on the whistle by Horan. He leads it 6-3, and he'll push him away 6-4 with 37 seconds to wrestle.
Boy, did he time that takedown nice, Mike. He right away on an ankle pick, right off the whistle, and got the takedown in about 1.2 seconds to start. And now he leads 6-4. We're at 25 seconds to go here in the second.
Horan has maintained his aggressiveness. They're off the mat across the way. Stateliner fans want a stalling call on Nyers. Student section yelling stalling. Off the mat, and there is the call. Stalling on Nyers and a point for Horan, and it is 7-4. Final 10 seconds here of the second. Power shrug, he got behind him and got a knee to the mat right before the buzzer. and Horan goes up 9-4 after 2. Horan will be underneath in the third with a 9-4 lead. Nyer, right hand, tight waist, left elbow. Horan stands right away. Horan is out in 6 seconds. On the escape, the Stateliner senior on top, 10-4. Horan 103 and 28 in his career. Nope, off the mat. He had, says referee Carlos Lattori, where he had himself another takedown. Horan 20-8 as a freshman, 28-9 as a sophomore. He has a low leg cradle. He loses the cradle but gets a takedown. He leads 12-4, 29-7 last year. Horan takes him off the mat in a minute 20. 26-4 so far this season, 103-28.
Drew Horan, 12-4, 5 takedowns, an escape, and a stalling point.
Horan will cut him. Make it 12-5. Horan looking for that inside tie. Off the mat they go at a minute 4.
Nick Myers needs to watch before he gets another stall point right here. He's got to take a shot, in which he does right there.
Horan counters that for a takedown. Horan leads 14-5. Horan taking the right wrist. Under 50 seconds to go in the bout. Stateliners with a 17-16 lead in the match, but favored in all but one the rest of the way. Under 30 seconds. Horan riding out the left side, trying to lock up a cradle. 20 seconds to go. Horan riding out the left side, takes the left wrist. Now a stalling call will make it 15-5. That'll be the final, a major decision for Phillipsburg's Drew Horan at 195. We are through 8. It is Phillipsburg 21 and Woodbridge 16. Stateliners have 2 falls, a tech, and a major, 9 bonus points. Woodbridge has a fall, a major, and 2 regular decisions. Robert Melise for Phillipsburg at 220. Vince Aquino, a senior, 17-4 for Woodbridge. Melise, a senior, 23-2. State runner-up a year ago. 5th place finisher as a sophomore in this same weight class. They're off no advantage here 20 seconds in. Melise weighs 218.5. Zucchino 205.4.
Common opponent for these two with Sayreville is Benedict Arthur, and both these guys pinned Arthur in the first period.
Melise looking for a cement job. .45 seconds in, no advantage. Stalemate's called by referee Zach Papa. Melise tried to get in on the right leg, couldn't pull it in. Zucchino looking for a front head and arm, trying to snap Melise down to his knees. Melise fights that off, no advantage. And are off the mat at 51 seconds. Sakino looking for a bear hug. Referee Papa telling both wrestlers like to see a little action. Sakino tries to underhook the right shoulder. Stalemate's called at 28 seconds. Sakino looking for a Russian tie. Under 20 seconds to go. Now Maliz looking for a bear hug. Sakino gets inside. Final 5 seconds. Scoreless first here at 2:20. Vince Sakino, Woodbridge, Robert Maliz of Phillipsburg. Maliz will go underneath to start the second.
Our third scoreless first period of the night, and we're in the 9th of 14.
Maliz sits, turns in. Maliz has a reversal. Maliz leads 2-0.
Got that reversal in 5 seconds.
See if he's going to bar the left arm. Takes the right wrist. Up on his toes to drive the bar. Maliz has him on his back with an arm bar. Referee Papa calls the fall in 2:22 for Robert Maliz. He is deadly with that arm bar. We are through 9. It's Phillipsburg 27 and Woodbridge 16. Third fall for the Stateliners. 285, Alex Lagrippo. He is a senior, 27-4, against Phillipsburg senior Justin Caraballo, who is 7-12. Caraballo weighs 263.5. Lagrippo weighs 275.4. Lagrippo placed 6th at the Beast of the East. He's looking for an inside tie on Caraballo. Taps at the head of Justin. Wanted a power shrug. Caraballo fought. Caraballo says he wants blood time, I think. Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Bryda going to come out. Caraballo knew he was bleeding before anybody else did.
Yeah, and Mike Percara, we mentioned that from Sayreville, defeated Justin Caraballo the other night 1-0. Mike Percara also defeated Lagrippo 2-1, so pair of 1-point decisions. I'm looking over at the Phillipsburg side, and I see Russ Wildrick with a lot of room tonight. It's because his brother George isn't here for a match. His brother George went with his wife up to the Phantoms game at the PP&L Center tonight. So Russ told me George would be back on Friday night, but George is watching from the PP&L Center, StatelinerSports.com. So we're saying a big hello to George tonight.
I was going to say, would George have a phone with him that he'd be able to watch? All right, they have stopped the blood flow from Justin Caraballo. And referee Carlos Lattori says, let's go back to it. Wrestlers go to tie up. Tori looking for that inside tie on Caraballo. Now around the head of Caraballo, breaks out of that. Again, looks for the bear hug at the edge and a trip, and they're off at the scorer's table. And referee Lattori just managed to keep Justin Caraballo from making contact with the scorer's table.
Yeah, Lagrippo looked for an inside trip with his leg, and Caraballo was looking for a headlock as they went off. And like you said, Lattori actually kept them from going into the scorer's table.
Coming up on the 45-second mark in a scoreless first here. Stateliners have a 27-16 lead in the match with 5 to go, including this one. They will collect 2 forfeits. So they have it clinched. Best Woodbridge is going to come up with is 34. There's a takedown for Lagrippo. Lead Caraballo 2-0. 15 seconds to wrestle. And Phillipsburg with those 2 forfeits going to be at 39. Final 5 seconds. Lagrippo with a 2-0 lead over Caraballo after 1.
So we know it's going to be Phillipsburg and Middletown North again for the sectional final, a rematch of last year. Phillipsburg defeated them last year 45-16, and Middletown North only got 3 bouts that night, 2 falls and a major.
Lagrippo is out in 6 seconds, leads Caraballo 3-0 in the second. Lagrippo, a District 19 champion a year ago, second in the Greater Middlesex tournament, and he's ranked 7th in this weight class by NJ.com. He was 31-6 a year ago.
Yeah, Lagrippo just hurt his back as he went off the mat there. Caraballo threw him through and he hurt his back. Walking gingerly.
Back to it. Caraballo looking for that inside tie. Caraballo circles back in at the edge. At the edge right in front of us. Lagrippo was looking for a headlock, couldn't get it, and they're off the mat. Caraballo out back to the gym floor with 1:09 to go here in the second. Dave Post, Stateliner head coach, up and shouting instructions. Dave now with this win tonight will be 109-19 in this, his 7th season. 2-time Express Times Coach of the Year. Bear hug by Lagrippo, they're off the mat neutral. Assisted by Scott Silvis, Brad Gensel, Brian Kopeski. Tie up. Caraballo is looking for that bear hug. Lagrippo tried to throw Caraballo on by, was not successful. Lagrippo snaps down Caraballo, now gets behind him and takes him down. With 21 seconds to go in the second, Lagrippo on top, 5-0. Keeps his weight high on the back of Caraballo with 10 seconds to go.
Caraballo's choice in the third. We'll see if he goes top.
I don't think he'll take bottom. 5-0 after 2. Is he going to go neutral or take the top? And we're gonna get some blood time. Yes, some blood time for Caraballo. Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Brida there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
all right.
have a score from the other half of this Section 2 bracket.
Caraballo will choose neutral.
Defeated Fort Leonard Regional 53-17. 53-17.
Public address announcer Ed Mancinelli announcing the Middletown North Hunterdon score to the crowd. Since it was not a lot of crowd reaction, Jim, I assume that had made its way around already.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. The way these smartphones are with dumb people these days, and I'm one of them. you're always watching some kind of score somewhere. You're never paying attention to what's going on right in front of you.
Lagrippo is behind Caraballo, but could not get a knee to the mat as they go off with 1:22 to go in the bout. Lagrippo with a 5-0 lead over Phillipsburg's Justin Caraballo.
If I have it correct, Mike, I think Phillipsburg will be going for its 36th sectional championship out of 38 years, if I can remember correctly, as they go off the mat. Still 5-0 Lagrippo.
That is correct. Right now they're 35 out of 37. What began in 1979-80. Lost once to Warren Hills, once to Hunterdon Central. And they have at least always advanced as they come off right in front of us to the sectional final. They were finals losses to Warren Hills, and Streaks were the #1 team in the state that year. "40 seconds to go." That was 89-90 when they lost to Warren Hills. There's a stalling call on Caraballo. First warning with 31 seconds to go.
That was the famous Troxel-Kermit match.
Yes. Kermit Hartman. 20 seconds to go. The loss to Hunterdon Central was in 2013. Off the mat at 15.
I got worried a few seconds ago when the wrestlers came off the mat right to StatelinerSports.com's table, but they were actually going towards our supervising broadcast technician, Jarrett Marcagilli, and I was worried for him that he wouldn't be able to continue, because I'll tell you, these guys got a few pounds on Jarrett.
3 seconds to go. Lagrippo will get, Caraballo got behind him, but couldn't get him down as the match ends. 5-0 lead, 5-0 win for Alex Lagrippo of Woodbridge. We are through 10. It's Phillipsburg 27 and Woodbridge 19. Go to 106. Cullen Day for Phillipsburg, a junior, 23-5. And Xavier Laracuente, a sophomore, 18-9 for Woodbridge. Referee for this bout will be Zach Papa. Laracuente dives in on Day's right leg. Trying to pull that leg through. Now has to come up the body, and originally called a takedown, then waved off by referee Papa. Now Day's near a takedown. Day trying to spin around behind. Laracuente blocking him off with his right arm. Day cross faces. Still has to free that right leg to get control. And he does. Day's on top 2-0. Day has the left wrist pulled across the body. Trying to set up a tilt. Laracuente tries to stand. Day brings him back down. Day maintains control. Out the left side. Trying to bar the left arm. Has the left pulled across the body. Here's a hazard tilt. Can he break the plane with him? 1 count. Got a 1 count, that's all. Laracuente bellies down. Day's going to try and set it up again. 30 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Day gives up on that. Maintains control of that left wrist. Trying to turn him to his right. Trying to step across and turn him. 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points for Day, but he will not be able to stick him. He's out of time. 3 back points, Cullen Day. Stateliner junior ahead 5-0 after 1. Day defers, and Laracuente will take neutral to start the second. Day countered a Laracuente takedown attempt in the first, and then was able to turn him for 3 back points.
Yeah, I actually thought Laracuente was going to get the takedown. He had Day's ankle trapped. I thought it was discomforting watching Day, but Day was able to roll around there on the mat and come out and get the opening takedown, and then he ended the period with 3 back points.
Day front head and arm, shrugs him, and Laracuente blocks him off with his left arm. They're off the mat in 1:31. Working takedowns again here in the second. Day reaches for the left leg, can't pull it in. Day trying to work a front head and arm again. Head out the right side. Reaches around for the right leg, can't pull it in. Still reaching. Laracuente is able to fight him off so far. Day trying to work that front head and arm, trying to get up on his toes and work it. Pressuring on the elbow. Laracuente spinning with him. Day has the takedown. Leads 7-0.
Difference there was Day was, once he was able to spin, he was actually able to grab the ankle, and then he was eventually able to come around the back, get a second takedown of the match, and he leads 7-0 with 30 seconds to go in the second.
Bars the right arm. Has the right arm bar, controlling it at the wrist and the elbow. Up on his toes to drive the bar. And has Laracuente over again, and a body press by Day. Referee Papa looking in. 2 seconds, 1, and he will not get the fall, but he'll get 3 back points, and Cullen Day leads 10-0 after 2.
Well, Day ended the first period with Laracuente on his back, got 3 back points, and he ended the second period the same way. Pair of 3-point back points. He leads 10-0, and Day will go up to start the third.
Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Day gonna break him down. See if he goes to bar that arm again. Has a 2-on-1 in the left wrist. Flattens out Laracuente. Want to work a hazard tilt, rolls on through it. Tries it again. 1 count. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points for Cullen Day. As soon as he releases that arm, he'll get the back points to go up 13-0. There's the back points, 13. Controls that left wrist. 1 minute to go in the bout. Try to turn him one more time, get a technical fall. Controlling that left arm. Trying to set up a hazard tilt again. Gonna turn him to his left. Trying to break the plane with it. Referee Papa, 1 count. 2, he's got the technical fall. 3, going to try and step across him to get the fall here with under 30 seconds to go. Referee Papa looking in at the left shoulder, now at the right shoulder with 20 seconds to go in the bout. Day trying to get up off his toes and get more weight on that right shoulder as referee Papa looks in. 10 seconds to go. 7 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and the fall! Cullen Day in 5:58. We are through 11. It is Phillipsburg 33 and Woodbridge 19. 4th fall for the Stateliners. And they have 2 forfeits coming up. This will be the final bout of the night here at 112. Travis Jones For Phillipsburg, the sophomore is 19-7. Jaden Catalano for Woodbridge. He is a sophomore, 10-12. Phillipsburg will meet Middletown North here at Phillipsburg High School on Friday night. Webcast time will be 6:50. Jones has a leg in on Catalano and has a takedown. Jones is going to try and turn him, take him over the top, and does with a cradle. Catalano's able to break out of that, but 2 back points for Jones. And he leads 4-0. Jones is very good on top. Hazard tilt. 1 count. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 back points. Now he drives a bar from the right side. Takes the left wrist and the bar. Jones has him on his back. Catalano trying to bridge. Referee Latore looking in. Jones has the arm barred. Trying to get more on the right shoulder, sitting with that bar. Referee Latore looking in. And the fall. In 1:23 for Travis Jones to make it 39-19, and the State Liners will collect forfeits at 119 and 126 and win it 51-19 tonight.
So Tyrus Manley is going to receive the forfeit at 120 pounds for the State Liners. And Cody Harrison at 126 will get the other forfeit for the State Liners. And as you mentioned, 51-19 State Liners. They have 7 falls and or forfeits, a tech fall and a major. And for Woodbridge, they have a fall, a major, and 3 regular decisions.
State Liners pick up 21 bonus points in this one compared to 4 for Woodbridge. Our wrestling action brought to you tonight by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Russo Law Offices, 633 Belvedere Road in Phillipsburg. Proud to support State Liner athletics. Visit RussoLawLLC.com. By Ahart, Frinzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Urco Community Federal Credit Union, with offices on Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and at 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at RE/MAX Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the State Liners and the entire Hunterdon Warren Sussex area. Follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours by calling 908-283-4342. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at PBurgHS Wrestling. That's PBurg HS WRESTLIN. So the State Liners advance to their 38th state sectional final as they defeat Woodbridge in the semis tonight at Phillipsburg High School, 51-19. We began the match at 132. Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino got a fall in 351 over Gilbert Hill Sosa. At 138, Jack Quinn of Woodbridge scored a 3-1 decision over Josh Ramos. 145, Brian Meyer of Phillipsburg, a 16-0 technical fall over Harry Brand. That made it 11-3 Phillipsburg. 152, Phillipsburg sophomore Jason Zinsmeister with a fall in 1:31 over Yahia Masad that made it 17-3 Phillipsburg. 160, Marquand Payne of Woodbridge, a 12-1 major decision over Shamir Broaders. That made it 17-7. 170, Zach Cottrell of the Barons, a 6-1 decision over the Stateliners' Austin Roth. That made it 17-10. At 182, state place winner Brian McLaughlin, a fall in 318 for Woodbridge over Phillipsburg's Dan Fisher. That made it 17-16 at the midway point. 195, Drew Horan of Phillipsburg, a major decision, 15-5 over Nick Nyers. That made it 21-16. 220, a scoreless first period between state runner-up Robert Melise of Phillipsburg and Vince Zucchino. But Melise reversed in the second and then pinned Zucchino with an arm bar in 222. Made it 27-16 Phillipsburg. 285, Alex Lagrippo of Woodbridge, a 5-0 decision over Phillipsburg's Justin Caraballo. That made it 27-19. 106, Cullen Day worked hard, got a fall in 5:58 for the Stateliners over Xavier Laraquente. That made it 33-19 Phillipsburg. And then Travis Jones, a fall in 1:23 at 112 for Phillipsburg over Jaden Catalano. That made it 39-19. And then Stateliners claiming forfeits, which they knew all along, as Woodbridge did not have anyone weighed in at 119 or at 126. Tyrus Manley getting the forfeit at 119, and Cody Harrison getting the fall at 126. Phillipsburg, 7 falls and/or forfeits, a technical fall, and a major. 21 bonus points for the Liners tonight. Woodbridge with a fall, a major, and 3 regular decisions, 4 bonus points for the Barons. Phillipsburg winning 51-19. Stateliners upping their record to 13-1 on the season, while Woodbridge will fall to 16-8 on the dual meet season. And the Stateliners will host Middletown North here, Jim, on Friday night with the sectional final.
Yeah, looking forward to that match. Last year's was a great match. Came down to, I believe it was about the 10th bout of the night when they bumped up Sean Deering, and Phillipsburg clinched it with a Tom Kozar win. And so now Phillipsburg looking for their 36th championship, and Middletown North coming off a huge win against North Hunterdon will be looking to capture that title against Phillipsburg here at the new Phillipsburg Gymnasium, as Coach Dave Post is actually going to come on over and join us at the table here and review tonight's match with you, Mike.
Coach Post with win number 109 in his career against 18 defeats, and the Stateliners go to 474, 62-1 against New Jersey competition since 1979-80, and overall that's win number 937 in school history. And Coach, maybe it took a little while tonight for everyone to get on track, but you kind of poured it on there in the late going.
Oh yeah, that's about as good as we've looked the whole season. We just talked to the guys in the locker room. That's why it took me a little bit to get back here. Just up and down the lineup, a team like that had 2 guys placing the beast. They got a bunch of guys ranked in the state. And to only give up 4 bonus points, some of those guys look like college wrestlers out there, and we really look good. Where we could take advantage of them, we got falls. I mean, we had a couple falls in the last 5-10 seconds of the bout just because we put so much pressure on them. I was really happy with how the guys looked. It's hard to gauge, when we have a couple matches where there's a lot of mismatches. It's hard to gauge how we're wrestling, but I thought that's a great way to go into Friday night.
One of those falls in particular, like Cullen Day never stopped working, got it with 2 seconds to spare.
Yeah, I think we were contemplating where to put him. He's a tall guy, so we didn't want to give him a chance to get back in the bout at all. We were contemplating whether to go on our feet. We were up by 5, but we knew if we went up on our feet, we only get 1 chance to turn him then. If we go on top, then we get 2 chances to turn him, and sure enough, the second time we got it was nice and tight, and he got it with 5:59, I think.
And another one of the big falls, Jason Zinsmeister, dominated. It took him a minute and a half.
Yeah, I mean, Jason's looked like that a lot this year. Beautiful single leg, great finish, and then right to work on top. Good power half, and gave himself multiple chances to get it. It was just a matter of time when he was going to get the fall.
Now the hammer is up high. Drew Horan gets you a major, and Robert Melise is scoreless first period, but it didn't take him long in the second.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, you have to have the complete package to beat Robert. You can't just be good on your feet. You got to be able to wrestle. And when he goes out there and he's actually, it wasn't like we were just dancing around. He was trying to shoot takedowns on his feet. He's trying to go upper body. But then when he gets on the mat, there's very few guys that can wrestle like that on the mat. Immediate first move was great. Pressured right back into him, and then knew enough to come back around because the bar was going to be there. He gets his arm bar, and there's not many guys that can come off of that.
Travis Jones wrapped this up with another first period fall.
Yeah. Travis is a hammer on top, like many of our guys are, and a lot of times he's going for the tilts and stuff like that. But same thing. That arm bar is really tight, and a lot of our guys, when they get the feeling when the guy gets on his back, they're looking. They smell the blood in the water.
Now you get Middletown North here on Friday night. Are you surprised by that margin over North Hunterdon, 53-17?
No, we looked at it a little bit. Scott poked at it, right before we went back in the locker room. Obviously, North didn't wrestle a couple guys, and they also jockeyed their lineup in spots that left them susceptible. So, no, not really. I mean, I think this team, this Woodbridge team is just as good. I mean, certainly there's guys on their team you just can't beat. And there are very few teams where we don't give ourselves a chance at most weight classes. But no, I'm not too surprised. We're looking forward to Friday night and getting ourselves down to Toms River.
All right, we'll see you then.
Okay,
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
Dave Post, head coach of the State Liners, advancing to the sectional final, winning tonight by the final score of 51-19 over Woodbridge. So that'll do it for us here tonight at Phillipsburg High School. Our thanks again to our supervising broadcast technician, Jared Margagilli. For Jim Meglick, I'm Mike Moore on StatelinerSports.com. Have a great night.